The atmosphere in the room was initially so quiet, but suddenly it turned into a moment no one who witnessed it would ever forget. Jungkook, known as a resilient and deeply dedicated figure, suddenly appeared fragile. His empty gaze shifted into unstoppable tears. In an instant, he ran towards Suga, his senior and brother figure who had always been one of his pillars of strength. That moment left everyone present speechless, as if the world had stopped just to witness the sorrow of a great star who had always seemed strong in front of the public. Jungkook's body trembled violently as his sobs broke out. His shoulders shook, his eyes turned red, and he could no longer control the tears streaming down his face. Suga, whom he embraced, could only respond with warmth. He said nothing, only allowing Jungkook to cry freely in his arms. There was an aura of both motherly tenderness and firmness in that embrace, as if Suga understood that sometimes a person doesn't need words, but simply a sincere hug to ease the burden in their heart. Around them, everyone was suddenly at a loss for words. The atmosphere was silent. Not a single sound could be heard except Jungkook's sobs. The staff, crew, and close companions present could only stand frozen, not daring to break the emotional moment. Their faces reflected the same emotion, as if they knew that what was happening was far from ordinary. The silence itself underscored the depth of Jungkook's pain and the strength of the support Suga provided simply through his presence and tight embrace. Suga did not let go of his embrace for even a second, instead tightening his arms around Jungkook to comfort his younger brother and partner. From time to time, Suga's hand gently patted Jungkook's back in a soothing rhythm, a small gesture that revealed deep affection. Suga's face looked serious, his eyes sharp yet full of sincerity, as though silently conveying the message. Jungkook was not alone in facing whatever burden weighed him down. That warmth radiated to everyone watching, making the moment even more meaningful. Jungkook's tears grew heavier, showing no sign of stopping. It was as if everything he had been holding back, pressure, exhaustion, longing, and perhaps unspoken pain, exploded at that very moment. His tears were not merely crying, but a long-suppressed release. The moment reminded many that behind the image of a world-class star, Jungkook was still human, someone who could feel fragile, could cry, and needed to be held. Everyone in the room remained silent. No one dared to approach, let alone try to stop Jungkook's crying. The witnesses could only exchange glances with teary eyes, feeling the weight of the atmosphere for themselves. They realized what they were witnessing was not just an ordinary scene, but a real-life story full of emotion that revealed the profound bond between the members. In that moment, time seemed to slow down, allowing each second of it to be etched clearly into the memories of all who were there. Later, it was revealed that this emotional story was shared directly by one of the staff who had been present at the scene. The staff admitted they could never forget that moment, even calling it one of the most emotional experiences they had ever witnessed in their career. According to them, Suga's hug was not just an ordinary hug. There was sincerity, protection, and deep affection that made Jungkook's tears feel so real and heart-wrenching. The staff emphasized that the moment reflected an extraordinary bond that only people who truly understood each other could share. The moment of Jungkook's tears and Suga's embrace has now become an emotionally charged story that will always be remembered by those who know about it. His tears were not merely an expression of sadness, but also a symbol of the immense pressure a global star must face. Yet beyond that, Suga's embrace stood as undeniable proof that the brotherhood between them is far stronger than the dazzling stage lights and the gaze of cameras. What happened then will forever serve as a reminder that behind fame, they remain humans who support, strengthen, and love each other as family.